There, I'm Begalius, and with so much doom and gloom on this channel, and I think both of those are Pokemon, with so much doom and gloom going on my channel recently, it is so good to be given this commentary, to sort of experiencing what we experienced the other day. Now, I've already done a reaction video for Halo 6 or Infinity or Infinite or Buzz Lightyear edition. Any of those will count. I've already done that reaction video, so if you want to go back and watch that, I basically act like a screaming girl and or child and or girl child, and I wave my arms about, and it's a magical moment. It's a beautiful moment of wonder and mystery. But yeah, so Halo Infinite has been announced, and there's a trailer and everything, and with everything, everything that's been so shitty with gaming recently, everyone complaining about games, everything going wrong with gaming, with Battlefield 5 going all cartoony and adding a battle royale mode, with Call of Duty, adding a battle royale mode as well, and thinning out the multiplayer and not really caring about his fan base and stuff like that. We finally have a ray of good news. We have it's fantastic. This gameplay, well, not gameplay, right? This trailer, which is just CG and just a CG rendering, and I'll get into that, has been such a ray of light. So, if you haven't seen it, you can go back and watch my reaction, and then you can see not only the trailer, but my ridiculous face. So, the trailer is just a few seconds. It's basically, the way that 343 have described it is it's actually just more of an engine showcase to see what they've done, so you can see what they've done with the years that they've had off. And by the way, if you can hear the Halo soundtrack, it's on, and I've got Master Chief Collection on in the background. But yeah, so they've said that it's more of a showcase of the engine that they've been creating over the years and what they're going to be able to do with the game, which is why there's no gameplay in it or anything like that. Who knows if they've even made anything? They probably have, but who knows for sure whether they've actually generated any form of gameplay. But this leads me on to a big point, which I wasn't actually going to open with, but fuck it, right? I think that this trailer is to test the water. I think if they don't have any gameplay, if they don't have any solid foundation of gameplay, I probably wouldn't be too shocked. I really think that what they've done here is that... Okay, so here's the thing. I'm going to backtrack a bit here. So, as fans, we cry out, we complain about things, we want things to be the way they were, particularly with Halo, such a beloved series, and something that a lot of people, let's be honest, favoured the previous iterations, and people want it to be that way again. The problem is, gaming isn't the creative platform that it used to be, and I've talked about this so many times before. You have to sell your idea to marketing team at Microsoft, who are in control of the stocks and the shares and stuff like that, and those people don't understand how gaming works. You can go to them and pitch this idea to them, and it could be the most amazing idea in the world, but they're just going to give you Call of Duty back, or give you, if you are Call of Duty, give you Fortnite or Overwatch back, and they're going to say no, we want you to do this. So what I'm trying to say here, what's great about this is that what 343 I think could have done is presented this notion to us. They've made this engine, and yes, it would have taken a long time to make this engine, but they've made creative decisions in the construction of the trailer, and it's obviously very aimed at nostalgia, at throwback, at classic Halo, to make people think, okay, we've got classic Halo. Now, the response to that, the inference of the responses to that, I think is where they're going to go forward with it, is where they're going to push forward with it. I've been watching other people talking about the game, and I've heard mentions of playtests, that they'll be asking people to come along and play the game it's in order to give feedback and shape it and stuff like that. I think this is going to be very based on what the user wants, a very user-centric game. Of course, that's a big leap. It's a big leap to just say, well, lots of people want it to be classic, lots of vocal people want it to be classic, and throwback and no sprint and things like that, but they don't speak on behalf of everyone. They're not what everyone wants, and unfortunately at the end of the day it's all about the bottom line, about how much you can make. And I want the game to make a lot of money. I want it to do well. I know that money's going to the suits and ties and stuff like that, but I mean, how amazing would it be to have a launch like the Halo 3 launch? And that leads into what I want to say next. See, they'll test the waters, they'll see what we like, they'll see what we want, and what the amazing thing is, the thing that makes me so happy, that got me so buzzing, was that Halo was trending on Twitter last night, and I'm recording this the day after the E3. Halo was trending on Twitter, and it was trending more than Fallout, and it was trending more than Bethesda and Crackdown and all that stuff. Okay, Crackdown was a bit of a letdown, but the Fallout trailer was a big deal, and I thought it was a good trailer. It was trending more than that. The reveal trailer has over 1 million views in a day, which I don't think Halo 5 even came close to. So what we're seeing is the series slowly climb up in popularity due to this huge launch, due to this huge thing. And what's great about that is it's going to tell 343, yes, this gets people talking. Yes, this gets positivity, which it has. You know, I've seen those tweets. I've read those tweets when it was trending. 120,000 people tweeting about it within about an hour of its reveal. Isn't that great for Halo? Like, man, I don't think Halo 5 ever came close to something like that. And it's all down to what they've done with it, to the fact that this is a big deal. This is a big, maybe water cooler moment, you know, that they've really drawn back and done what people want them to do. And see, that's what's great. Because now these facts and figures and all of this stuff will go back to 343, and hopefully they can say, look, people are talking about it, people are crazy about it, there's positivity, this will result in sales. And what we'll see is a bigger Halo game, a classic Halo game. As I said, I really think they're just going to test the waters with this, but if we carry on with the positivity towards this classic aesthetic, they might take Sprint out, they might not have it, but they might tone it down, they might expand the universe like they used to with old Halo games. They might play on everything that we saw, and I think they will, thanks to this response. I mean, we have 1.5 years until the game comes out. Some games are developed in that time, Call of Duty, because they don't need that much time. So it will come back next year, full of positivity, and hopefully what we'll get is what people want, because everybody's talking about it in such a positive light. It's so great, and I hope this is what happens with the franchise. And I do hope for a classic Halo. I loved Halo 5, but I do hope for a classic Halo. Now, what this means for the rest of the industry is that with Call of Duty being such a letdown, Battlefield, let's be honest, being a letdown. I know a lot of people have been getting at me. I left a couple of comments and I got a lot of hate for saying that it looks too cartoonish. Well, it does, you know, and people are already getting tired of Battle Royale games. I saw about 3 during the Microsoft E3 presentation, and every single one looked the same. And they all, I'm sorry, but they all look terrible. They all just look bad. So people are getting tired of that. People are getting tired of Battle Royale games. Other AAA titles are bringing Battle Royale influences into their games. So honestly, I think if Halo stick to their guns, if they don't include trendy fad stuff, which, let's be honest, will be gone by next year when it comes out anyway, so they're not going to. If Call of Duty continues on the decline that it's on, Battlefield begins to nosedive as it has been, or continues to nosedive as it has been, and Halo comes out with something that's classic and fresh for us, throwback, but still kind of modern, a modern take on throwback. This could get people excited, and we could see Halo at the top of the what's it called, like a hierarchy? Yeah, boy, Halo at the top of the hierarchy. I don't see why we couldn't. I really don't see why we couldn't see Halo at the top of the hierarchy again. It seems as though they are really responding to fan criticism. I mean, God damn it, they've even simplified, like, you know, the Master Chief's armor. It looks clean again. One of the big problems I have with 4 and 5 is that they seem to just add graphics for graphics' sake, and I think that's the problem that a lot of people had with the art style of 4 and 5, and even Reach, is that they just seem to add things for the sake of adding things. Particularly Reach was really bad at that, but it seems as though they've really cleaned it up, and the way that I look at it, it looks like it might play a little bit like Doom, but I'm not sure. I can't be 100% sure on that, because we don't know. We haven't seen gameplay, although I'm tremendously excited to see it, because we could see the return of Halo at the top of the hierarchy. And that would be great, man. They're bringing back split screen. We could have people playing couch multiplayer again. We could see the return of machinimas. How good would that be, man? And while we're there, why not improve on the ranking system? Bring it back to the Halo 3 ranking system. Instead of this new way of doing leveling, which is earn XP towards a level that no one can see, because then people's prestige will be based on what loot they have, instead of showing their level. And we can't sell levels to people, but we can sell loot to them. You know, this horrible way that loot is now levels. Let's have the old Halo 3 ranking system. So to people who will be new to this space and entering this space, with Halo Infinite, which you totally should. I would totally recommend, because the Halo community is fantastic and it's the best series of games ever made. So please, on my recommendation, play Halo. And Halo Master Chief Collection is about to become free with the Game Pass, and it's perfect timing to bring in those old nostalgic Halo games and get everyone in the mood for it. I think it's genius. So to anyone who's new to the community, machinimas are the best kind of videos in the world. Go watch them. Go watch a puppy in Halo 3 and Phil and RVB and all of that stuff. Go watch them. Also, the ranking system in Halo 3 is the best ranking system ever, and if they bring it back, I'll be so happy, because you have to win to level up. You have to win, and if you lose too many times, you lose a level. So it's a true test of skill and experience. It is the truest form of skill and experience, because if you keep losing, yeah, you have lots of experience, but you're not very skilled. But you can have lots of skill and then play a few games and have a higher level, or if you just play a lot, you can just keep leveling up, because you don't lose a level every time you lose. Oh, that's brilliant. If the campaign is... they've taken years off to work on things. The campaign of 5 being so bad could result in an incredible Halo 6 campaign, or Infinite. It's all speculation, but am I excited about this. So let me know what you think. Leave comments in the section that's for comments below, and let me know if you're as excited as I am, which, let's be honest, you're not.